Welcome back, family. It is Thinking Thursday. All right, y'all know how I get down. Y'all know how I do things. I'm going to make you think, and we are going to help you understand. And hopefully, it helps you. Because what I said, we are on a what? A healing journey. So I'm out to heal your mind. If you've been going through some darkest, deepest times, come on over here. Get your mind right. Just listen, heal, reach out if you need help, because that's what I'm here for. That's what we're here for. All right. So the discussion for today is different types of manipulation. Are you aware of them? Hmm. Are we aware of them? So I'm gonna name all of them. Well, not all of them, but I'm gonna name a few, and I'm just gonna go through a few. I'm not gonna go through all of them. And if you want a part two, I can go through the ones I didn't go through. So the different types of manipulation are gaslighting, guilt, blaming, passive aggression, love bombing, complaining, denial, isolation, lying, coercive behaviors, conditional affection, feigning innocence, flattery, shaming, silent treatment, victimhood, and your sense of self is blurred. How is that a manipulation? But we're going to get into that. So, Butter Bay, which one we should go through first? Which one you interested in hearing about first?
All of them, but
What you say?
I said all of them.
She said all of them.
All of
Okay.
them. If I had to choose one,
Just as for us to start, which one you want to go through first?
go and give them the gaslight. Gaslight.
That seems to be a popular one. So, see here. Okay, so what's this thing with gaslighting? I'm going to share a screen, then we're going to talk about it. Hold on. Okay,
Ooh.
hold on, y'all. Let me pull it out. Pause. Okay, I just want to make sure that I get up to it before I actually put it on. All right, here we go. So, oh shoot, that's not what I wanted to do. Gaslighting, manipulation, explain. Let me, as the screen do what it do. What is open
Mm.
should not be? Okay, we're about to do gaslighting explained. Why is gaslighting a part of manipulation? Well, according to gaslighting, a person who is gaslighting you may lie to you, blame you for things, and minimize what you're feeling. An example of manipulation in the form of gaslighting might include phrases like, you're crazy, or you're too sensitive.
Mm.
Someone who is gaslighting you tries to make you feel that you aren't worthy of expressing yourself and that your feelings are emotions. I'm sorry, and that your feelings and emotions are not real or valid. People
Mm.
gaslight in order to deny any wrongdoing on their part and to assert control over what you think and what you do.
Mm.
I like that. Bring the screen up. And what you do. If you suspect someone is gaslighting you, pay attention to how you feel after you spend time with them. You might feel confused, disappointed in yourself, inadequate, or like you can't trust yourself. Have you ever felt that way?
I most definitely have been made to feel that way. Mm. Quite a few times. Um, I didn't have the definition. I didn't have the word for it at the time, but I give you. I guess I can give you an example on this, and maybe it'll touch on it. Um, I went I went to visit this guy. He was like, "I'm gonna take you out to eat or whatever." He just so happens to live in the same city as one of my brothers. Um, I meet up with him. Actually, he came to where I was and picked me up. I told him he knows that I can't have certain foods out of a particular diet. We go to this one spot, and I'm like, well, the, it was supposed to be a restaurant, and it turns out that it wasn't a restaurant per se. It was a um like a lounge. I can't even call it a lounge. It was like, when them mom and pop places, and they just got a lot of people and they got music, and you could smell the grease in the kitchen because they fry everything. Fry. When I say fry, fry, and
Mm-hmm.
that was one of the things that I could not have, and I told him that I could not have. He was aware of my diet. So we get to the place. Of course, they selling drinks and everything, and um, I'm wondering why I got all eyes. And I'm like, okay, I am new. Okay, I'm not a familiar face. I understand. But then he kept leaving me. So I'm like, me, I'm different. I always keep something on me because
Right.
I ain't never alone. Even if I am alone, I ain't never alone. I got my purse, and they ain't pat me down, even though they probably should have. But yeah, hmm me old dog spray was up in that piece. So the girl at the bar, the bartender, was like, I was waiting on her to help me, and she didn't want to help me. It just seemed like she just kept helping everybody else and giving me nasty sneers. So a girl came up and she was real nice, and I said, "Hey, look, listen, if you can get her to come over here, just give me I'll give you my money, and then you just pay for my drink, and she'll give me the change, whatever." She was like, "Okay, that's fine." So the girl came over there, and she was like, "She want such, and this is her money, and this is what I want," and order her stuff. Now the woman came back and gave me my change, but she never came back and gave me the drink. So I'm sitting up here for 30 minutes waiting on her to bring my drinks. 30 minutes is too long. Why are you still doing everything else? She done gave the girl, her drink. The other girl gone off. So I'm sitting here like, I was like, oh man, here we go. Because when you're older, you can recognize either he was bumping her or whatever, something about something is fishy.
Right.
So I was like, he walked up on me, him and his uncle, and I told him, I said, hey, listen, something's not right. I paid her for my drink, and she didn't give me my drink, but she gave me my change. He was like, why you acting like that? And I'm like, I ain't acting like nothing. I'm like, you have to understand, I've been sitting here for 30 minutes waiting for my drink. Like, this your spot. You brought me here. You know the bartenders. You know these people. Regulate, homie. Regulate. You know what I'm saying? Like, fix this.
Right.
Or someone gonna tie her head just because we ain't doing this. Oh, you don't need to be acting like that. Look, listen, I ain't trying to get like that, but I don't play around with my money. We ain't doing that. She could have just gave. You didn't want to give me nothing. You could have just told the girl I'm not serving her or whatever, and I'd have ordered the table. I'd ordered from the bar. I ain't messed up. So his uncle was like, while he over here trying to downplay everything and make it seem like it's you, it's you, it's you. You acting like that, you. That's the reason why I wouldn't come over here because you. I'm like, yo, me. So his uncle was like, nah, F that. Yo, get this girl her drink or give her money back. And that's exactly what she did. So later on, he was like, when discussing, like, 'cause after that, I was like, I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be bothered. Later on, he just kept saying, me, instead of him handling it, he knew later on, come to find out, there was a woman that he was fooling. Because I kept saying, I was like, you must be fooling with these women up in here. They must be knowing you because they all is staring at me. Like, what is this? Like, why did she act like that? Well, the bartender, he had a whole girlfriend, a whole chick he was been with longer than he was with me. He was with me for what, 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
He had all on and off for me for 2 years now because I didn't trust him like that. But 2 years of this back and forth with him, had a whole
Yeah.
girlfriend for 2 years. You got the boy and the sister. Yes, the girl that he was in a relationship with, the bartender sister. All rise up in here looking at me because you done slept with him. Come to find out. But the whole time you was in there telling me it was me, it's you, it's you, it's you. They not looking at you funny. They not acting no way. That's you. The bartender not doing this. And I'm saying to myself, well, if you wouldn't be acting like that, maybe she would have. But wait a minute. What?
They just put the
You make
blame
me feel
on
like I'm
you.
crazy. And I was saying to myself, like, okay, well, maybe I am a little off. And I thought about that thing later on. Oh, hell
And
no.
it
No, I
made
ain't.
you
I know what
feel
I'm
like
saying. I'm
you
doing
was
it
in the wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. And I wasn't because
That's
I was like,
gaslighter.
boom, at his finest and still trying to holler. And I'm like, I don't want you. Call me to this day. And had the nerve to
That
tell
was
me, like,
perfect.
he told me later on that was what, yeah, you was right. You made me feel some kind of way, yo. I had
Mm-hmm.
called my little brother. Listen, call my little brother, like, yo, I'm on my way because we move differently. I'm in a
That's
town and
right.
a space that I don't know, and y'all moving too funny for me. You got me feeling some kind of way, and that they don't know that. Listen. Once I spray that dog spray, every dog in that building going yak yak, and it's got a
That
straight
is
shot. But yeah, that's my
that
gaslighting story.
that is a perfect example of being gaslighted. Let's see. I mean, I've been gaslighted many times, plenty of times, plenty. And the way that it works is definitely manipulation. That's a type of manipulation. It's gaslighting. I need to manipulate you from not being this strong individual so that you can think in a weak manner and make it seem like everything is your fault so that I can control you, because manipulation is just a controlling narrative. And that's how you can gaslight someone.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't need to elaborate on that one, but I'll elaborate on the next one because I think
Okay, give
your
it to me.
explanation was pretty good. So let's see here. The next hmm.
I'm with you.
Because
It's
I
a
know
lot.
y'all know what majority of these is, but I want
Mhm.
to explain the ones that maybe people may be like, well,
Can't see.
why is
Yeah.
that on the thing?
Yeah.
So the next one I'm gonna talk about is passive aggression.
Hmm.
Why is passive aggressive behavior
Mm.
manipulated? Okay, this is why. As opposed to using direct communication, a person who behaves passive aggressively doesn't express how they're really feeling. Your partner might use avoidance tactics, such as actively dodging you or dodging the discussion of certain topics. Sarcasm can be another sign of passive aggressive communication. I know about this because I am one of the biggest sarcastic person in the world. However, you have to do something. That's like a counteract for me. For me, it is. If I
Hmm.
don't want to be
Hmm.
rude or, you know, um, in public, and if you really ruffle my feathers, sarcastic is normally my go-to because uh, it's a more polite way to get my anger out. However, when you're using sarcastic tactics to communicate something that deep down hurt you or you didn't like and you need to express it to your partner, sarcasm is not the way to go. It becomes passive aggressive. For
Mm.
example, a person who is behaving passive aggressively might try to get attention by making overly dramatic gestures, like sighing or pouting.
Oh.
They might use immature emotional reactions to bait you into asking them what's wrong without just coming out and saying it. So and then you just waiting for them to be like, what's wrong with you? And instead of you saying, because that's the way to bait them to get a good conversation going, but instead of you being honest about what's really wrong with you, you're doing some sarcasm. I don't know why these people be coming up in here acting like people don't know they lying when they know everything that come out that damn mouth. They lying like shit with they dumb ass self. You being sarcastic about something else, but you're really talking about them, and you know you talking about them. That is passive aggressive behavior.
Mm.
Get you an easy one. Everybody, well, some of us, the mature, responsible adults, we got landlords. And if you own your home, you don't have to deal with it. But for those that don't, you have landlords. And a landlord could come past because they need to fix something because it's their responsibility. Your pipe or something, and you got stuff coming up through your drains, and it looks a mess. It looks a mess. But you know what the reason, and so do they. And they will come to fix the drain, and they'll say something. You know, the last tenants that we had, they was real dirty on the outside. So you like, okay, what they got to do with you fixing this damn drain? Because it's a lot of mess now. I'm trying to get this shit together, right? That is passive aggressive behavior.
Mm.
It's it's almost like taunting somebody without taunting them and you thinking it's funny.
Mm.
It's like being a nice bully. Passive aggressive. And that's why that is manipulating, because out of the example I gave you, the person that heard that from the landlord, they would think, well, damn, they think I'm dirty in here. And then all of a sudden, I mean, it's not dirty, but it wasn't dirty outside. But because they made that comment about it being dirty outside, you going around, you looking to see what needs to be fixed outside, and it's nothing needs to be fixed. It's clean. Some people get in their feelings because they gotta do shit.
Yeah.
But again, that's another way to manipulate you. See, I can't even speak.
You get it. You get it. You get it.
Would you like to add on to that example, to a example of passive aggressive behavior?
Okay, so you know I got a story for days.
Bring them.
When people do stuff like that at work, I'm ignorant. I'm gonna ignore them. I'm gonna go right in my little case and ignore them. We had this girl at work. What you said about that lying part? Every time she lied, she'd be like this. And she'll say something, and I you know who I got at work with me, and we'll look and be like, what does that got to do with what we discussing? This is nothing to do with what we're doing right now. You know, we call them sometimes attention whores. So we usually just ignore them when they get the line and they get to talking about stuff and trying to
make it seem like they
put something on you that ain't got nothing to do with you. Yeah, I ignore them. That's my best bet, is to ignore them. Because they know when I'm ignoring, because I won't say nothing. Are you okay today? Yeah, okay. I'm just not gonna fall into that.
But that's also which I'm gonna talk about. That's also guilty. Guilt is manipulation. So we're gonna run right into the guilt. Because let me see if I can find it. We're gonna find this guilt, y'all. I think it's on here.
Oh, that guilt tripping, it should be. It should be.
I think it's on here. If not,
yeah.
I got my own vocabulary going on.
Yeah,
I can pretty much tell.
Yeah, man.
But I wanted y'all to
about that one like that. Yeah,
I wanted y'all to see. What'd you say?
Seeing is believing. I'm here with you.
Okay,
I'm with you.
It's not on here.
Damn. Yeah, it's number one on my list.
So it's not on there. But what I will say, and number one, guilt tripping is number one on your list, you say?
Guilt tripping tactic, number one. Line, number two. I got some more. There only about 7 of them. About seven. And it's a daily thing. When my question to you is 2 questions.
Okay.
Is it learned behavior? Can it be learned behavior? Because sometimes when you tell your kids,
I mean, it is learned behavior.
You tell your kids,
go ahead.
Like when my kids do something that they know they got no business doing, I ain't gonna talk to them. I definitely give them silent treatment. I'm not talking to you. Can that be considered manipulation? I'm not gonna talk to you till you get yourself together.
Yes, but that type of manipulation, I mean, you're the parent. This is your way of not being abusive
Okay.
verbally and letting them think about what they did. And but when you're talking about adults and you as an adult is silent treatment, it would be manipulation
Yeah, I do a lot of time. I don't be
because you're
talking about
trying
this on
to
purpose.
get a solution out of that.
Oh, sometimes I
Okay,
just don't
so
talk to
guilt
folks
tripping.
on purpose. Give it.
I mean, there's a reason. It's all behind your intent, as you can see. It's all about the intent to where as though if your guilt
Mm,
is actually manipulating a person to either do or feel a certain type of way that they should not.
mm,
Um, okay, so guilt tripping as a manipulation tactic of gaslighting. So
mm,
the intention of guilt tripping is to make the person you speaking to feel bad or ashamed so that they'll modify their behavior to meet your expectations. Guilt tripping can include reminding another about how much you sacrifice for them, which is the form it usually takes. However, it can also include making another feel guilty about qualities and possessions the manipulator doesn't have, like talent or a good reputation. He says, in this respect, the other party feels like they have to repay a debt. Someone who's making you feel like this is manipulating you. And
mm.
even if they're not necessarily realizing what they're doing, it's important to call it out when you see it or remove yourself from the situation entirely. So I'm making you feel guilty because you have a quality that I don't possess. You know how to
Ooh.
draw, and your drawing makes you money because you draw and you put them on t-shirts.
Mm,
So I'm a guilt trip you by saying I thought that you was gonna send me some shirts so I can advertise it for you. I mean I can't pay you, but I can send you some people. But I think you was gonna send me some shirts so I can advertise for you so you can start making this money. You see how the guilt trip make you feel like you have to send shirts?
right,
I'm not
right,
gonna
right,
pay you, but I'm gonna help you advertise.
right, right, right.
In the
Okay.
background, they saying when they get them shirts in the background, they saying they making them.
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
You find out
ooh,
that
ooh,
they said that they was making them and you approached them about it,
mm, mm,
right? And they
mhm,
come back with, well, I told you that I was going to advertise for you and help you get the money and get more people to buy your stuff.
mm,
So I might have, I might have, over agitated or not agitated, overstated that I make the shirts. I didn't think it was gonna be a
right.
big deal. Did you got some clientele, didn't you? That's how
Then
you
you,
heard about it. I
mhm,
mean,
mhm,
you're the designer. I just said I sell them. I ain't say I make them. They may have took that in the wrong context, but do you
mhm.
want me to advertise for you or you don't want me to advertise
Or
for you?
not.
Because
Yeah, there you
I
go.
don't like how you blaming me that I'm taking your brand and trying to do this because I'm not trying to do none of that. Meanwhile, they're not looking at you. I ain't trying to do none of that. So I don't understand why you coming to me saying I'm trying to act like this is your stuff and act like it's my stuff. I know it's your stuff. I'm trying to sell it for you. Dang.
Doing you a
And then
favor.
after going through all that, you be like, you know what, you are trying to advertise and sell it. And you did bring me some clients because that's how I found out that you were saying it was your brand. Now you feel guilty about asking them if they was trying to say that your stuff was there. Not only is that guilt tripping, that's also gaslighting mixed in one.
Like, girl. Oh, that one. That's my that a lot of that came to my head. I'm on relationship shit. You know what I'm saying? But true enough. True enough. True enough. Or they tell you, you say, hey man, Lou, with that story. I told him, I said, you can come and see me. You don't never come see me. I have come to see you. I've been out that way. I told you before that I wasn't going to make any more trips out there into your city because I didn't feel protected. Well, it was your fault you felt this kind of way, but I've come down there and I'm like, okay, you've come down here too. Yeah, I understand. I haven't been down there as many times, but I'm trying to tell you the reason why I'm not going down there anytime soon is because you put me into an environment that I felt was not safe.
Right.
But no, you could have you should be coming down here because like I said, I'm always down there with you. I'm always coming to see you. And that's the past. That's the past. That past happened a month ago. What you mean? And you can't tell me how to handle the past, how to handle the situation. But I
Exactly.
came to see you. I'm always coming to see you. Bruh. When you come, you don't never have to worry about me putting you in a situation. When I go there, I'm by myself. I'm not safe. You didn't make me feel safe. But this was before he eventually told me about everything as a whole, because he slowly told me when he was trying to talk back to me what was going on. And I was like, yeah, nah, bro. You put me in a situation I didn't feel safe. I'm not going. But you're saying that because you come out here all the time, that I should be coming to see you. But I'm telling you, I wasn't safe. But if you can ever get me in a safe area, I don't mind coming to see you. But it's not going to be no time soon because I still don't feel comfortable nor safe. But I come and see you all the time, don't I?
Right.
Other girls don't mind. What? Other girls, you should act like a woman. I said, what does a woman act like since you know so much? Well, other girls, they don't mind, coming to see me. They don't mind. Okay, look, listen, I'm not other girls. And I don't know if you put them in any other situations like that, but I'd be damned if I go back in that situation because I'm definitely not like other girls. I keep a Lucille on me. Okay? I'm different. And I ain't got time to be going through that. But his persistence in saying, I come see you all the time, other girls, and I'm like, yo, I felt, you know what I'm saying, for a minute, I was like, yeah, I don't come and see him a lot. You know what I'm saying? I could go down there, but then I remembered, you put me in that situation, bro. I ain't gonna go down there. I don't know what you got going on. But I did, you know what I'm saying? It took me a second to be like, what the fuck? Stupid. Erase. No. And then I think it was also the fact that he threw other girls. And you should act like a woman. What?
Yeah. That was offensive. Which I'm glad to see you lining it up for me, baby. You're lining it, you're lining it, you're lining it up. The next manipulation tactic is flattery.
Ooh. Mm. Yeah, that's on my list too. Number 3.
Flattery. Why? I'm going to tell you just now. We're going to let you read it and we're going to get into it.
Okay. I know that's right.
Flattery, okay? So, let it pop up on the screen. All right. Compliments are great and everything. But when you just feel like your flatterer is not being genuine, keyword genuine, Our mental health experts say to go with your gut. This manipulative strategy involves expressing the ways in which you believe the other is special and often includes exaggeration. So, this could look like a friend that's constantly complimenting you in OTT ways that make you uncomfortable.
Mm.
An example would be, you've helped me so much, and I can't imagine what my life would be like without you. Since we have a tendency to seek out positive, self referential information, we can fall prey to flattery as a means of sustaining our self esteem. The manipulator either knows they're exaggerating or that their intent goes behind just providing a compliment. They
Mm.
may either consciously or unconsciously be attempting to curry favor or keep you close to them by boosting up your ego rather than really connecting with you.
Mm.
This type of manipulation is fairly harmless, but can be annoying. So if you know someone in your life who's constantly manipulating you in this way, consider sitting them down and starting a conversation with, when you do X, it makes me feel Y. You know why?
Mm.
Because all that flattery that they're doing, especially if it's someone that's pursuing you, right? If it's someone that's pursuing you and they're giving you fake and false compliments, it turns into love bombing.
Mm. Mm. That's on my list. That's number 7. It's on my
Because
list though.
love bombing, love bombing is flattery. It's telling you everything that you want to hear, but it's not genuine. It's just to get you where they need you to be. Now, love bombing is the grand urgent overture of love in a blossoming relationship. It's a strategic intent to manipulate the feelings of someone to fall quickly into the relationship.
Mm.
For example, maybe they buy you expensive gifts or are extremely attentive after they've hurt you in some deep way
Mm.
or crossed your boundary.
Mm.
Love bombing relationships are almost always irredeemable. Why?
Mm.
Because you told me this, I believed you. You told me that, I believe you. You told me this, I believe you. And if it's someone that wants a relationship with you, a meaningful relationship with you, guess what? They're going to do everything that they think that you like, and you really don't like it. You're just love bombing them. You're giving them a
Mhm.
bunch of flattery comments.
Mm.
That's not genuine.
Yeah.
That's not, that's, and I want y'all to pay attention to these types of manipulation. It will help you maintain your emotions. Won't keep telling y'all about EI, emotional intelligence. I'm gonna keep telling you about the EI.
Mhm.
Because if you know about these types of things, manipulations, and how people try to get you, scam you, and all kinds of nonsense, when you know that these types of behaviors is out there, it helps you to control your emotions so that you can see it
Yeah.
and don't fall victim of it.
Yeah.
Love bombing is terrible. It is so terrible that after the love bombing and a person leaves the relationship, whether man or woman, because this is about both sexes, it does
Yeah.
not leave nobody out. Um, or any other titles, if you are any of those or whatever, love bombing makes people feel good. You showering me with a bunch of love, and I love it. You make me feel good. I'ma cling to you. And if you need space, you can tell me. I'll give you space. But I'ma cling because you are love bombing me. The problem is it's not genuine. So when you pull back, because they tend to become clingy, and they only becoming clingy because of the love bombing you doing. Now, people that don't mind clingy people because they so in love with them, love bombing, it's not for them. They don't care that that person became clingy. That's what they want. That's why they shower them with all that love. But for those that had a purpose, a bad intention to get something from you or out of you, love bombing can be devastating. It can turn into fights, drama, murder.
Toxic.
Stop love bombing people. If you don't want the person, don't go after them. Just because you see something they have and you want, go get it, but not from them. I need y'all to be genuine. When you are genuine and authentic, you get more in life. More things come to you, and guess what? Less drama, more peace. Love bombing. It's hot. It's hurtful. Don't do that, ladies and gents.
Facts.
Not the love bombing.
Dangerous. It's very dangerous.
So,
It's very dangerous. Very dangerous. Of course, you know we done been love bombed.
what's that show called? Yes. Because it's something that you want. You're like, oh, he's showing me all this love and it feels good and I'm happy. And then all of a sudden they pull away and you're like, what happened? Did I do something wrong? And that's the type of manipulation. Because then that is called, that is called isolation.
Oh, yeah, too.
It's called isolation. You gave me all this love bombing. You gave me all love bombing, and now you isolated yourself from me, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why. Well, let's read what it's about. Isolation.
Give it to him.
Wait till it pull up.
Give it to him.
Okay. Isolation. There is safety in numbers, which is why manipulators work to isolate you from the people and places you feel most comfortable. Once someone has distanced themselves from their community and is placed in an unfamiliar environment, the manipulator can take control. What is that about? If they isolate you away from your circle, your comfort zone, the people that you trust to give you the best advice, because if they see him doing you wrong and stuff, they're going to speak on it. So he got to isolate you. And if that don't work, if he can't isolate you, he isolate himself. And if you're so deeply in love with him or her, what do? You go chase after them. When you chase them, they might give you ultimatums. Well, we gotta move. If our relationship gotta be, for our relationship to be right, we gotta move. They might gaslight you on that, and it's not genuine. So, manipulator. It's all about control. Manipulation is all about control. And if I can't get what I want through love bombing, gaslighting, passive aggressive, and lying, and all that good stuff, I'm going to see if isolation will work. Don't let nobody isolate you from your family or your friends, especially when they're good. Now, I'm not saying that people around you can't say this person is not for you, that person is not for you, this thing is not for you, that thing is not for you, this event, this activity, that activity. When it comes down to isolation, if your people are good in your circle and you know they're not going to steer you in the wrong direction, it's okay for them to be like, that person not good for you. You used to be like this, you used to do that, you used to be more this way, or whatever the case may be. That's not isolating you. Because if that person is putting you in danger and abusing you, that is your help circle at that time. So all isolation is not that bad. You just have to use your discernment and know when it is manipulating.
And you got to be careful what you telling them, when you tell them, and who you telling them about, because if they know that your circle or who you have around you really is not a good thing, they'll pretend to be that good thing for you in order to isolate you.
Yeah.
And then you'll be worried about going back.
And that is where, that's a perfect example. That's where cheating come in. A person will try to manipulate you through love bombing and all that other stuff. And, oh, you're this. So I wouldn't do that if I was her. Or I wouldn't do that if I was him. Or I wouldn't have you looking like that. Or I wouldn't have you sounding like that. Or I would protect you. Or I would do this and I would do that. And then you're sitting there looking at your other person like, no,
you ain't doing nothing.
No, that what all that gaslighting that they just did in your ear, and you coming back home to look at your partner like, you ain't this, you ain't that, you ain't, because of what you heard. And because they might be, whatever the case may be, they're using their manipulative tactics. You might think this is a better route. To come to find out, it's not a better route. And it's because that person was able to isolate you from the truth, which is through manipulation. So that was perfect example to use. That's another isolation tactic too.
Recognize them, and you got to be a pretty sick individual to really be so selfish, to be self-absorbed, to want to choose or find certain people with certain things in order to get what you want from them. Who's raising these bums or bummettes? Who's raising them? These dusty busties? Because that's a lot.
That is a lot.
And a lot of that and also what comes with that is, with the isolation, is that other stuff that comes when they isolate your behind. Like, I done been isolated to move to Memphis for my baby daddy.
I remember that.
He knew my situation.
That was not cool. That was not nice. That was not nice.
No, he wanted to fight. Got me out there wanting to fight and everything. I'm away from my family. You afraid to go back? It ain't even. It's like it. In my eyes, it was better me struggling than for me to go back to that.
He intimidated you. That's a part of manipulation. He intimidated you.
Oh, your family ain't going to help you with this, and my family going to help you. And then I get there, and it's like, well, damn, I got to do it by myself. What you mean? Ain't nobody helping me like that. You fighting me. You trying to jump. We ain't even together, ninja.
Yeah, he had the shaming and the intimidating part down pat.
Yeah, he don't worry when that lamp hit that head and that glass hit that ass. You gonna keep your hands off me. You gonna keep it moving, but that's not, you know what I'm saying, when you're trying to heal and overcome a lot of that stuff. It's toxic. You're trying to come out of there. So you fight. And some people say we're choosing a lesser evil at the time, you know. And if you don't get no
Yeah.
help, you stuck like Chuck. Because you done isolated your damn self from everybody. What these suckers talking about? Get off my phone.
And that happens, and that definitely happened.
Yeah.
This has been very insightful about manipulation, but I want to read something before we go into our quotes.
We gonna see.
So, according to this article, I will have you seen it, experience, agree with it, and I want you to put your insight, and then I'll give mine. And make sure y'all comment as y'all watch the video. Throw your sense in it. We will comment and we will engage. So let's go to it. Okay. What's the reasons behind manipulation? What's the reason? What's the cause of manipulative behavior? People use manipulation to hold undue power over others. This behavior differs from healthy forms of social influence because there's no equitable exchange between individuals. One person is exploiting the other for personal gain. Okay. Chronic manipulative behavior can be due to many factors, such as family history. And what you said earlier, Butter Bay, learned behavior. That's where that comes from. It's learned behavior starts with your family. So your family history. Growing up with manipulative family members can significantly influence someone's survival mechanism. That means your root chakra is all jacked up. And I'm going to need you to come and see me so we can in tune and balance that root chakra. Okay. And in dysfunctional families where one may need to manipulate others to avoid punishment or get their basic needs met, they may learn to interact negatively with others. They might have learned unhealthy communication patterns and behaviors if there were struggles for power, control, love, or other perceived advantages. And that's just with family. So, like I said, them childhood traumas, I need y'all to heal. Come to me. I got you. I need y'all to heal. Do some shadow work. Go to therapy. Do something. Okay? Because it starts with your childhood. Now, mental illness is a chronic manipulative behavior has been linked to people with attachment issues and mental health conditions such as borderline personality disorder and narcissistic personality disorder. And both of those are selfish. That's what it all boils down to. Selfish. It's all about me. I. If you don't like with the personality disorder, if you don't like me being this way, then I'm gonna act this way. If you don't like me acting this way, then I'm gonna act this way. You got like 18 different personalities coming out, and you don't know, and you asking why the world views you and don't like you and this and that, the third. Amanda Seals, personality disorder, and narcissistic personality. We already know what that is. That is simply the I statement. I in everything, you in nothing. Okay. Now another characteristic is a history of abuse. Experiencing certain forms of abuse can cause someone to feel unsafe, communicating their needs directly, making them susceptible to forming manipulative behavior.
Yes.
Okay.
Agree.
So those right there, not the treatment, these right here are the factors of why people become manipulators or chronic manipulators. Some of them don't realize it, that they are being like that. Why? Because they've been doing it since they was children. It's a learned behavior.
Mhm.
And if my family do it and I've been doing it with them for so long, what makes me wrong? You the
Mhm.
one with the problem. So now we got to unlearn to relearn to become better people. It's time to develop us.
Mhm. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Any take on that?
No, I'm just saying, experience every last bit of this. Um, as a whole, this is as you just did. Listen, get some help. Those of you who have these type of behaviors, and they did say, from what I understand, is what I'm hearing is that with that narcissistic behavior, even if they go to therapy, therapy might not even be able to save and help them because they really don't think that there's nothing wrong with them.
That's true. If
It's
they can
everyone
recognize,
else,
you're right.
and
It's
they
everyone
don't
else.
want to be held accountable.
There's a guy. He be on TikTok. He got a YouTube channel. I'm sure he got a Facebook, but he is a narcissist. He is a
He says it.
narcissistic person.
He
He
says it.
says it. He
He
said,
says it.
and he has been through therapy, and he told himself accountable, and he knows. But see, this is what I'm saying. When you know you have certain issues, you you
Be
don't
alone.
try to bury it. You don't try to bury it. You don't try to ignore it. You learn about it so that you can control it and not use it to damage others in your path.
Yeah.
You learn how to control it. That's what EI is all about. Emotional intelligence. Learning how to control your emotions so that we can be better communicators and have successful relationships, no matter what it is. Friends, work, family, associates, business partners, whatever.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy. That is crazy. That's a lot. That's a lot. But this is what we're dealing
and
with.
narcissistic is also can also be a learned behavior because we have narcissistic parents. So if your parent is a narcissist, you're 9 times out of 10 going to become one, especially if you admire them.
Yeah.
You want to be like them. So I mean, it runs deep. It runs deep.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And there are some ways for you to get help if you need to.
Yeah.
And the ways are therapy, or you come and see someone like me, a life coach, that can help you ride the wave until it smooth out.
Right.
Okay.
That's your best
Um,
bet.
that is your best bet. All right, now you ready to get into the quote? What's the quote you got?
All right. We're going to list James Russell Lowell.
Okay.
Lowell.
Okay.
One thorn of experience is worth a whole wilderness of warning.
Hmm. Okay. One thorn of experience is worth a whole, what you say?
Wilderness
A whole wilderness of
warning.
warning.
Mhm.
Okay. And my quote today, and it kind of I'm gonna say it. It kind of connects, and y'all know we don't add to what each other quotes is, but it's kind of cool to see if it match, if it lines up. So the quote that I chose, all right, we're gonna say your quote again, and then I'm gonna throw it up.
Okay, one thorn of experience is worth a whole wilderness of warning.
And I don't trust words, I don't trust actions, but I never doubt patterns. And those are the warning signs that I pay attention to.
Say word. That's what I'm talking about.
The connection.
And you know,
the
I just definitely
connection.
pulled this.
She just pulled it, and I just was like, let's see if we match up with quotes today.
Oh, yo. Yeah. Another one bites the
But
dust.
yes, that was a good one. So, family, please don't be manipulated. Okay, learn from these. Pay attention to certain examples. Use your discernment, and discernment is very important, which might be next week's topic, so that you can learn how to see through people. I'm gonna learn you. I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna heal you. We got you. In the meantime, do not allow no one to dim your light. Shine, baby, shine. Make sure it's bright. And with that being said, peace, love, and blessings.